podcast 831, Neurally Speaking.
And welcome everyone to the MyMac.com podcast. This is 831. Yes, it's the start of a brand new year, 2021, but the same old GMen. So don't believe for one instant that 2020 doesn't still have some punishment for you. In fact, you should probably still be mad at 2010, which is when Gaz and I started doing the MyMac.com podcast. How are you today, Gaz?
I'm absolutely sponsorific, thank you. I've had a very good break, a very good Christmas, and a very good New Year, all things considered. We are in a tier 4 over here, as is most of this particular country. Tier 4 means probably nothing to anybody outside of the UK who's listening, but basically it means everything's shut in its rawest form, and only essentials are opened. So yeah. But all that said, we actually did a Zoom meeting for New Year's Eve with the friends where we normally go out on New Year's Eve, and we had a Zoom meeting.
Oh, nice!
It was good. So,
did you guys
how
get
about you?
dressed up or anything for it?
Yeah, well, I did. Yes, because I did what I called my Christmas info crim. No, in fact, I didn't call it Christmas. I called it my New Year's Eve Crimbo info bingo. So there you go. Yeah, I did bingo.
I got dressed up.
I did bingo. You see, I did good.
Oh, go ahead.
You did. I did bingo, but rather than the normal calls, I did information calls related to each of the numbers related to Christmas. You see, yeah.
Yeah, I got dressed up.
Go on then.
Yeah, see, this was my outfit right here.
You dressed up as a banana, did you?
I did. And only people watching the video will
yeah, so you've got to watch the video to see this. Yeah, actually, I prefer it when you're an airline pilot, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay. Well, give me just a second here, and we will see if we can bring up Air Guy.
Air Guy, yeah.
Air Guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's frankly that's very frightening to even think about me being in charge of any kind of.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, let's go back to normal because that is frightening. That one. That is frightening.
There. Whoop! Oh, it turned off and it turned on again. Stop it!
He's determined.
There. Oh my God!
To be a pilot. Yeah.
To kill us.
So go to the video and just watch that entertaining little change of Guy.
Yeah. Actually, chances are now I've been doing Chuck Joyner's Tuesday night not live cast. I guess it's more like a free for all than anything else. He usually has a gang of 5 to 7 people and me, and it gets boisterous.
Boise.
So I'm guessing that if I show up and start hitting some,
you're not going to be welcome.
Actually, some of the Star Wars ones will probably be.
Oh yeah,
quite popular.
I like the Boba one actually. Yeah.
Oh, the Boba Fett one. Let me find that. Is this it right here? There it is.
That is good. That is good. You can keep that on. Yeah, I can live with that.
My face. Yeah.
Correct. It's as normal as it
It's the way.
Anyway, talk to me, Guy. Come on, talk to me. What's this with a monitor?
Well, hold on, now I can't go away.
Can you actually see through that helmet?
Barely. I know you're here someplace. Wait a minute. There.
Right.
So, what did you ask me again? I'm sorry.
I just said, what is this with your monitor?
Oh yeah, I actually wrote this before I had it hooked up. So what I've got here is I got my new Dell 4K monitor, but not hooked up yet. Except now it is. But however, now what I typically do before we start the podcast is I will restart the Mac to kind of clear out all the crap and garbage and start from fresh. Except this time it killed my monitor preferences, and I can't get the second monitor that I have back to the higher resolution. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And it was so close to 11 o'clock, which is when we started recording my time zone, that it was like, okay, I'll just live with that for now and not worry about it. But once we're done recording, I've got to figure out why I'm suddenly at 1K resolution instead of close to 4K resolution, because that's what I paid for, damn it. The other problem I've been having now, I think we talked about this.
Have you got it mirrored, or have you got it, just
no, it's a separate one.
Yeah, but in the settings, it may be in the settings where it's trying to match the quality of the secondary screen rather than giving you a separate screen irrelevant of what the resolution of it is.
Well, maybe.
Because I think I vaguely remember having the same problem once before when I was hooking up a secondary monitor to this iMac. This 5K, this 5K iMac, and whenever I tried to put the secondary monitor on, I think I kept losing the decent resolution on the iMac, and it was because of the settings. I think from memory, it was a long time ago.
Right, I'll have to check that out.
Have a play.
It's quite annoying. And as is the ongoing struggles with Bluetooth with this one Mac Mini.
Have I got to send mine back?
I don't know. It's gotten so bad that with the addition, I got one of those. Actually, it's not from OWC. I can't think of the name of the company, but it's this. It's the same size as the M1 Mac Mini, as far as not width. Diameter. Yeah. And so it's got a couple of USB ports.
Yay big.
It is. It's about yay big. But it also has, as a secret toy surprise, a little space inside for a 2.5-inch drive, which I put in an SSD in. So, and I have here, don't use spindle drives for anything other than cheap backups anymore, because SSDs are just so much better. But I did end up. Oh, you got it already.
I'm waiting to be able.
That's what I have. That thing right there.
You have this one, do you? You have this.
That exact one. Yes.
Yeah, the Haggis.
Sure.
Haggisbis.
It's haggis. It's made out of sheep bladders or something.
But I also went for the scan disk.
Yes. Oh, 2 terabyte?
Oh, 2 terabyte.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a 1 terabyte. I think I got it on sale over Christmas. A 1 terabyte Samsung SSD.
Yeah.
So that's in there.
But
so I got lots of space.
I've also got over here somewhere.
Uh-oh, what else you got?
Well, this is probably going to annoy you. Right. So I've got this keyboard.
Yeah, it's wired. Yeah, you won't have a problem with that. That'll be much better. Yeah. This is the one I'm currently using.
Yeah.
From Satachi.
Oh, right, yeah. I have heard there's varying different. I got a feeling, it's if you do lots of combinations of different types of devices. So I'm going to try it with the.
It
Apple
likes
stuff
the
first.
Apple devices.
Yeah.
If it's an Apple keyboard or the Magic Trackpad,
well,
those work great.
Yeah.
Anything that's not Apple, however, yeah, those should work fine.
Yeah. So, but I've got that keyboard as a backup. So, and obviously I've got the Magic Mouse. So I have the trackpad on my left, the keyboard in the middle, obviously, and the Magic Mouse on the right. But I know a lot of people don't like the Magic Mouse, but I quite like it. So,
yeah, it's fine. Because I've used trackball for 10 plus years.
Yeah, I never got on with the trackball. I could never get on with the trackball.
It's just I just don't have to move my arm all around, and it just stays where it is all the time. And
yeah.
When it's working, I can.
It's great.
Move my mouse from one end all the way to the other end, and not lose any time or space.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. Okay.
But I ended up actually putting the dongle in.
Yeah.
For this thing. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah.
Because it was just seemed like there was no other way to get it to work, and even then, I'm still having trouble with it every once in a while.
I think.
Apple needs to do something.
I think there's problem a software issue, possibly somewhere in the setup with the interference on the signal, 2.5 gig
the Wi-Fi.
Signal.
Maybe. So, however,
now I'm
this
hoping
was also
they can
a
fix
problem with the 2018 model, from what I'm reading.
Oh, right. Ooh, that's bad then, because that indicates hardware.
Yeah, I know. That's what has me
Mm.
worried. So I think what I might do, since I have a couple of extra USB ports now, is I know that there are some like USB antennas that you can connect that's supposed to make it stronger. So I think I'll start looking for one of those and see if that makes any difference.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we'll see. So
yeah.
what about you? What have you got going on?
But other than that, you're still enjoying the speed of the M1.
Oh my God, this thing is so blindingly fast that my trackball can't even keep up with it. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, so not a great deal done on my MyMac over the past couple of weeks, though I have got a 4K TV.
Oh,
I've
nice.
been looking for a relatively cheap one. I didn't I didn't want to jump straight into the 4K era because crikey, people they go on and on about having the best and the best and the best. It's like all this music stuff as
You'll
well.
never catch up. Unless
Well,
unless
you'll
you're
never.
able to change your stuff out every 6 months,
And
and for normal people, that's not an option.
no, that's right. And plus, can you really see the difference? Well, actually, on some of the higher quality pictures that I put through and some of the 4K stream stuff, yes, you can see a difference, and
Yeah.
I'm loving the picture. Though what I am totally utterly unimpressed, because I also got a 4K TV, Apple TV, because I gave the old one to my daughter who's been having. She had the first one I got, which has been giving her a bit of problems because she couldn't put apps on that.
Right.
So she's now got the that one, which is she's given me some money for it. I told her she didn't have to, but she did. So I've now got the 4K Apple TV. I'm loving the picture, though. What I'm completely and utterly, totally unimpressed with, Guy, is the lip sync on Apple TV content.
Really?
Everything else is fine, right? All of the other apps on the Apple TV are fine, but Apple TV content just won't sync. Yes, I've tried all of the things online that I could find, but no, it's still not working. There's a sync option on the Apple TV. I've tried that. There's options on the TV, which I've tried.
Very well.
But what I can't work out, and I tell you what I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried going through. So I've got a BBC iPlayer app, but you can actually play some of the ITV and iPlayer stuff through Apple TV's option. That they've got an app, the Apple TV app, or the TV Plus app. If you go into the Apple TV app on the Apple TV, God, blimey, this is hard work.
Plus,
you can then yeah, no, because that's their service, isn't it? That's why you got to be a bit careful. So if you go into, what I haven't tried is trying to get BBC content through the Apple TV app. So I can just see my wire. Sorry, it's annoying me. I've got OCD on that. I've got to move that. Sorry.
Well, thank God one of us does.
So what I haven't tried seeing if the lip sync is still out there, because on the ITV app, on the BBC iPlayer app, on the Channel 4 app, on YouTube, all of the other services, there's no lip sync issue. But on Apple TV content, there's a lip sync issue, and it's driving us crazy. Where is he? Where is it? I bet I can't find it. Can I? I'm not going to be able to find it in time.
Well, are you sure that's not by design, though?
What? Can I just ask the question?
Sure.
Why would that be by design? And I tell you what is driving me crazy is the fact that I can't find the driving me crazy. Perhaps I've not got it anymore. Yeah.
Is driving us crazy.
It is driving me crazy.
Thank you, Steve.
So I've even got an option on the TV to adjust for lip sync issues through third party, but I can't get it right on that either. So I don't know what Apple are playing at. And I've looked online, Guy, loads of issues with lip sync on Apple TV content.
I woke up early. It was either yesterday or the day before. Couldn't go back to sleep. And
so
there was a
lip
new
sync out of
No. There was a new Star Trek Discovery episode that I hadn't seen yet. So I figured, okay, I'll just go downstairs, watch it on the Apple TV. I'll sync up my AirPods so that it's not making a lot of noise and I don't disturb my wife.
Yep.
Trying to get these AirPods recognized by the Apple TV, it was the same kind of nonsense that I had to go through when I was trying to hook up the HomePod to it. And for a company that prides itself, Gaz, on ease of use.
Yeah.
this was not the best breakfast that I've ever had. it was, it was, it was not a fun experience. And it got to the point, it was so bad. At one point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay up. And once Tracy is up, then I'll watch the damn episode. But no, I mean, I finally did get it to work, but it was like,
the problem I must admit with the Beats X, they sync and they link up to my phone and my iPad really well. And the only problem is sometimes they want to decide which device they want to sync to, even though that device is the device that's off, and I'm trying to sync them to something else. That is
like,
that is
no, I'm
really annoying. You know, and they go, now
there.
that's the Beats X. It's not, you know, the earpods.
Yeah.
It's not those, but you know, so I have to turn it off on the other one so it's not sync linked to them, and then go to the other. So I have to turn that device on, unlink them, and then link them to a new device, which it works. It's fine. And I wonder whether your earpods were trying to find the other device and not the Apple TV rather.
Maybe because I still had my phone on because I was using the phone as
I bet they were linked to that, and you'd have to unlink them from that, and then the Apple TV would not have been a priority device, and then perhaps would have picked them up. But
maybe we should have named this show something other than Neurally Speaking. Maybe it should have been
but
GMen Apple Bitch Fest. We don't like you anymore, Apple.
Well, but we do, and we will continue to. But the problem is, if they keep having issues like that,
it's
people who
really
just buy this stuff and expect it to work because that's what people do, you know, and they can't be bothered with fiddling about, will just go rubbish.
Yep.
So, you know, they've got to watch their reputation if they're not careful.
I'll go back to Yahweh.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a problem here. Oh my word, what's going on?
What happened?
It's I know. So here's something else which isn't working.
Oh no.
So I'm actually trying Sidecar, right?
Okay. The iPad,
and
so you can have your iPad.
And I thought, what I've got is my Net Newswire on it with all of my snippets. And I thought, right, well, I'll just bring them up because it's not so easy to use them on the iPad, which is down here. I'm looking down. Anybody who's listening to this, you won't see, but my eyes are looking down. And I thought, right, I'll just bring it up. I moved my mouse cursor onto the iPad, and it's just, I can see a cursor on there. However, my mouse cursor is now also on the screen, okay? Which means that I've lost connection, which means that I've lost Net Newswire, and I can't bring it up unless I do something with it. And then also whether I probably have to disconnect from my iPad and re-bring Net Newswire up. So,
But remember, you've also got them all written in the shomy notes.
Yeah, I've got them all there, but I like to have them just in case you want to expand any of them. Although, oh, crikey, what happened there? Although my whole screen just went blank and back on. I do like to have the snippets available so I can go deeper in if you want me to. But anyway, so yeah, that's me. So I'm, not very impressed with Apple TV, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Not with the sorry. Let me rephrase that. Apple TV Plus content lip sync is what I'm not very impressed with. Because the content if I play it on my iPad and the phone, it's fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. That's us. We are bitching a little bit.
Yeah,
love Apple.
This is our first show for the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people, it might not get any better.
No,
it
won't. This is as good as it gets, folks. Love it or leave it. That's what I'll say.
What else can we do? Actually,
I'll tell you what we got to do. We've got to go over to the MyMac recent articles and get the best wine for banana-based cuisine. A review by Grey Pape, a 60-foot tall purple gorilla with a baseball cap. Have we not had that before?
I think we have.
Let's go over to Gaz's Snippets. Now, they're quite long, folks, because I did keep in ones from the previous week, which we didn't.
This is going to be like a super long show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the £309 cost I mentioned, not last week, but the week before that, to replace the AirPods Max batteries? Well, it was a typo. It's £75. Now, I'm not sure if I left this in because I couldn't remember whether I'd already said this, because it could actually be 5 weeks going back. But anyway, it's a typo. It's £75. My question is, I want whatever the typist was on. And I do vaguely remember that. But anyway. Tim Cook calls for carbon neutral, not neural, carbon neutral economy in a speech at the UN Climate Ambition Summit. Apple TV Plus show based on Gawker Media got scrapped after Tim Cook intervened and realized that the lip sync wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's why he did that.
Absolutely. Apple probe supplier after workers at Wistron plant in India ransack the factory.
Well, they got probed.
Sorry?
They got probed. That's why they're so unhappy.
The analysts suggest the iPhone plant riot could have long-term implications. Possibly more on that later. I can't remember. There's so many. Apple highlights popular apps optimized for M1 Macs. Zoom have updated for Apple Silicon Macs now available. So yes, I think you're probably using it. You're using it. Good. Adobe Premiere Pro, Premiere Rush, and Audition for Apple Silicon available in betas. Now, that may have gone to the next step. Not sure, because this was a little while ago. But yeah, there's lots of apps. So I've got that page. I don't know whether I'll link to that page in our links that we push. But basically, if you've got an M1 Mac, then Apple is certainly highlighting all the apps that are available for it. Apple plans a huge 30% iPhone production surge for the first half of 2021. That's actually already started, of course, isn't it? Because their annual year will have started in November. So they've already had 2 months, or is it the end of November?
We're in the second quarter right now. So we're in the first half. We're in this.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're in the second quarter of the first half of 2021,
which is that now.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were just 2 days in, but what the hell?
No.
Would Apple buy supercar maker McLaren? WTF is what I say.
Let me think. No.
I laughed my pants off when I saw that, if I was wearing any. New EU legislation targets Apple's App Store practices and pre-installed apps. Well, there's a surprise. Nothing to do with me anymore, because we're now out of the EU as of 11 o'clock on the 30th or 31st of December. Gone. We are no more. The French, that they shut their borders to us, which I'm not surprised at. Apple shares trailer a Billie Eilish documentary.
I did not know that.
Mid. Yeah.
We got to keep those English people out of our country.
Yeah, no, the borders are back open. It was because of a new variant of the COVID. Apple shares it. Will you let me finish? This is going to be long enough as it is. Apple shares a trailer for Billie Eilish documentary, The World's a Little Blurry. You're not kidding. Microsoft Office apps now run natively on Macs with the M1 chip. Apple TV Plus renews Servant for the season 3 ahead of the season 2 premiere. Well, let's hope the lip sync is in place. Apple says employee giving program has raised nearly 600 million since 2011. That's the employee giving, not what Apple
not the employee
given,
getting.
Yes. Apple says 81% of iPhones introduced in the last 4 years are running iOS 14. That is pretty incredible. Facebook's attempt to vilify Apple looks like sour grapes.
Oh my God.
Apple respond.
Facebook saying, "Oh, we're trying to think of small business, and Apple is being so naughty." It's like, seriously, shut up. Just shut up, Facebook. You make yourself look like idiots.
Apple responds to Facebook's anti-tracking criticism, says users deserve control and transparency. And I think I've got another piece about that further down as well. Apple TV Plus shares trailer for original film Palmer starring Justin Timberlake, and it debuts on January 29th. You know where I'm going to go, don't you? Lip sync. Yeah. New Apple trading values. Macs are worth less. iPads and watches are worth more.
Wait, I'm just hearing you saying something about Facebook's attempt to vilify Apple.
We're not on Apple TV Plus content, guys. It's working fine.
But
Samuel
we
L.
should be.
We should be. Samuel L. Jackson starring in Apple TV Plus series. It's a lot of Apple TV Plus series stuff, isn't
Yeah.
there? The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray. Not Ptolemy Gray, but Ptolemy Gray. Just in
Wait,
case
doesn't
you're
PT
interested.
sound like F? So that'd be follow me, Gray. No, that's PH.
As in fish. How do you spell fish?
Yeah.
PHISH. Okay. Apple may sell 250 million phones in 2021. 250 million. Tim Cook and Craig Federighi are to testify in Apple versus Epic battle. Not a surprise. Apple stops offering standalone update packages in macOS Big Sur. So now I think
What does
it's
that
combined.
What that means?
Well, it's combined. I think before you could get a combo.
Oh, you're talking about OS.
So now it's the OS updates. Yeah.
Okay.
Steve Wozniak schematics for prototype Apple II computer sell for $630,000 at auction, and Apple One goes for $737,000.
Yeah, the schematics are it's just paper that Steve Wozniak owned, and
Yeah,
someone
which he
is willing
drew
to
on.
spend over $500,000 freaking dollars. We're not talking about the U.S. Constitution or the Magna Carta or Carta.
Qatar.
Yeah, Carta, or some French document that's really important. We're talking about schematics for a computer from a long time ago.
Well,
okay.
Steve may say,
Awesome.
he may say that. Apple asked the court to overturn a 1.1 billion Caltech Wi-Fi patent trial ruling. Not heard what happened on that. The EFF sides with Apple and slams Facebook's criticism of iOS 14 privacy features as laughable.
It is.
Facebook, are you listening? The EFF says you're laughable, as does just about everybody else on this.
Including the GMen. So that's gotta hurt.
And we are the most important, I've got to say.
We are.
Now, this where am I? This isn't so good. Oh, no. iPhone, this isn't so good. iPhones are vulnerable to a hacking tool for months, researchers say. Now, this is from The Guardian. It says analysts NSO Group's Pegasus spyware could allegedly track locations and access passwords. For almost a year, spyware sold by Israeli's NSO Group was allegedly armed with computer security super weapon, a zero footprint, zero click, 0-day exploit that used a vulnerability in iMessage to seize control of an iPhone at the push of a button. I've not heard anything. I've not heard anything else about this anywhere else. So,
well, that's because everyone who was going to talk about it, their phones got seized.
Apple has placed Wistron on probation following the worker unrest in India.
Naughty Wistron.
iPhone 12 became the world's top 5G smartphone within 2 weeks of launch, even though 5G is not pretty much non-existent and irrelevant around the world.
Yep.
Apple car production slated for 2024 with next level battery technology. Roll about the floor, laughing my arse off, but there's more later, guy.
Ooh.
Amid Apple car rumors, Volkswagen CEO welcomes competitors to accelerate transformation of the auto industry. Not in 2024, it won't be. Apple 24 Plus show Ted Lasso likely to end after season 3. Well, I think it should end.
They haven't even started season 2.
Well, and what I've put here is it should end at the end of series 2 if it's no good. Just, we know it will be good, but come on.
Honestly, they could have ended it after series 1. And I would have been.
And I'll tell you what, it would have been a classic. And it would have been left as a classic. Yeah.
Yep.
Apple starts accepting developers into the small business program. Apple to fix the resolution issue with ultra-wide displays on M1 Macs in future macOS update. Well, I'm sure they will be. What we'd also like them to do is the Bluetooth. Apple continues purging games from the China App Store as it enforces new licensing requirements. A couple of follow-ups here. Apple's China App Store sheds video games as Beijing tightens internet controls. Assassin's Creed identified among the 46,000 iOS apps that were removed in China.
Yep.
Okay. Apple setup issues.
Yeah,
Apple
actually,
Watch.
before we get off of that,
Yep.
everyone, don't lose your shorts. This is out of Apple's control. This is what Apple, if they want to continue to do business in China, they have to follow the rules that China lays down, just like they do in the US, just like they do in the UK, just like they do in practically any market that they're in. Okay, soapbox off for now.
You've got a soapbox which you can switch on and off.
I do. But actually, I got it right here.
I normally get on my soapbox rather than turning it on and off. Apple setup issues. Apple Watch verification failed. HomePod stuck on configuring. Apple is having iCloud activation problems at the worst possible time on the 26th of December. Mind you, Guy, they got it resolved pretty damn quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's money.
Wouldn't they? Yeah, absolutely. LG begins rolling out AirPlay 2 and HomeKit on 2018 smart TVs. Yeah, yep. I'm glad you're agreeing with me on that. Now, are you ready for the next one? Ming Chi Kuo. Okay, Ming Chi Kuo pumps the brakes on Apple Car arriving in 2025 at the earliest. Roll on the floor, laughing my ass off even harder. If you think, Mr. Ming Chi Kuo, that they're going to have a car available in 2025, then you need your head examining. They might buy a car company to do that. They won't. They might have a car service available, and it'll be the very start. But yes, I can see your cat on your head. But if anybody thinks that is disturbing still, if anybody thinks that Apple is going to have a car available in 2024 or 2025, then you're in cloud cuckoo land. Apple in talks with Mariah Carey. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, just, it's obvious that you're not to be trusted with your own money. So you can send it to me so that I can buy microphones.
Yeah. And by the way, if anyone's wondering, this is water. It's just in a brown bottle. That's all. I'm having a drink.
The weird thing is, this is gin.
Yeah, it's straight gin. Apple in talks with Mariah Carey to make a follow-up of the hit Apple TV Plus Christmas special. Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be her St. Patrick's Day special, where she gets all dressed in. Never mind. I'm going to stop right there.
Well, you know which outfit you should be wearing now.
Oh,
yes.
Quick, which one would it be?
Well, Kermit probably.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't think I've done Kermit yet, have I?
You.
Where's Kermit? There he is.
You arrived to me on Kermit. That's how. Now that I like that. Yeah. Anybody, you got to watch the video to see his Kermit. Yeah. No, that's a duck. You do a frog noise.
Ribbit.
Apple research app Bug mistakenly collected historical data from the hearing study participants. That's not good. Apple stock opened at an all-time high. Shares have risen nearly 150% since late March. I think they're at pretty much one of their highest peaks now at $138.05 a share. Apple iPhone dominates the US smartphone activations on Christmas Day. Well, there's a surprise. Apple loses copyright claims in lawsuit against Carillion, so maybe they didn't get that money. Now, what I'm trying to work out is whether you're doing that with your hand or whether you're doing that with your face, because it's
no, that's because I can't do anything with my hands. It doesn't do.
No, I know. No, you can't.
It just tracks my mouth, and so as I talk, or all I do is I just open my mouth.
Yeah. Apple pulls the app that promoted secret parties during the ongoing pandemic, so they should. A study finds more than 100 billion spent on app stores in 2020. Now, let me just see if I can find this, because that's total. That's not on the Apple App Store. I think that's, I'd have to go to the web, and I've got to open the web. Although, of course, Apple's share of that was quite big, but yes, it's, perhaps that is Apple's actually share. Where's my, you've lost your head. Oh, you're looking down, I see. I'll put the link in the Yeah, it says app stores, but I've got a number here which is more. Oh no, 112 million it was in 2020. On non-games, that is though. So there's actually 407 million. It says here, an increase over the previous year of 34%. But that cannot be in apps. 129 million. Oh, what am I looking at? Global consumer spending in apps on Christmas 2020. Yeah, $407 million. That's worldwide. So this must be the
Nice.
US one. Yeah. So this the highlight of this. So the leading headline on this particular link is very misleading because it's basically talking about the US spend, whereas the US spend is further down. Now the US spending is over 120, it's 129 million. But the worldwide spending on apps in 2020, this is all apps, is 407 million. Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Now. Apple and Prepare are negotiating a settlement over the disputed pear logo trademark. Now, I don't know if anybody's seen this, but it looks like a pear with a bite out of it. Yes, you can see why there was a problem. I'm not sure I can take you that seriously. Gene Munster, your favorite.
I don't have it. As soon as I saw that in there, it was like I immediately ran over to Google and it was like, oh, I gotta find it again, but I don't have, because when I changed. I know it's hard to take me seriously with this frog face.
Kermit sighing. That's just brilliant. Yeah. Okay, Gene.
When I switched over to the M1, I had to redo all of my little sound snippets in Farrago.
Right.
And the last time I backed it up, I didn't have the Munsters theme there. So I'm looking at my frog face and it's just cracking me up. So I don't have it. So go ahead.
Okay. Gene Munster. Apple will be the top performing FANG stock in 2021. That is not a surprise at all. And not so good to end up with. Apple reportedly took years to drop a supplier that used underage labor, going back to the Indus situation, I think, with Wistron. So they need to pull their finger out and act a bit quicker if they're going to do that. Anyway, that, my friend, is the end of Gaz's snippets. However, I do have I put a few Gaz's links in, but I'm not going to do a couple of them because they're a little bit older now. However, there was one that says man sues police over a facial recognition related wrongful arrest. Now, this is where I think Apple are really good in the process. You know, that we really have to keep the security of ourselves available so that we know what's going on. Because this sort of thing is the sort of thing that can happen when, you know, the likes of Amazon and Google have got access to all of your information. You know, assumptions can be made and those assumptions could be wrong. So I'm glad that he sued them. I can't remember. I think it was in the US. Let me just open the link and just check that. I think it was. It's just opening now. Yes, it was in New Jersey. So, you know, I don't think they'd be able to sue them over here. But that's not good. It's not good.
No, it isn't.
And guess what, Guy? I came across this story. Now, have you got your snippets ready? Have you got your little...
I think I do. Depends on which one it is you're going to say.
Flash is finally dead in the universe.
Thank you, God.
It is fine. So it's not completely dead, but the browser plugin that brought rich animations and interactivity to the early web has officially reached its end of life, and security updates will no longer be sent out to it. If you are at all using Flash, you are silly. I won't say stupid. I'll say you are silly. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
But you can make the assumption that we're saying that other thing as well.
Yes. So, and that's the end of Gaz's links. So that's the record-breaking, elongated first section just about done.
It's
Would you
really
like-
long.
Would you like to take us out, Guy?
Sure, and I'll even do it as myself because that's the kind of guy that I am. I'm not a potato head. I'm not a Mandalorian. I'm not a frog. I'm just a man. And we want you to stand by. I don't know where I was going with that. To stand by, and the GMen in 2021. We will be right back.
Hi everyone, and welcome to point deux of the mighty MyMac podcast with the G-Men Guy over there in good old Washington.
Who's not a frog?
Well, they don't say it like that, do they? They don't say Washington in Washington.
Washington.
How they say Washington in? Is it a bit
Well,
New
it's
Yorky?
spelled Washington, but it's actually pronounced throat wobbler mangrove.
Ah, that's right. That's better. I'm glad you cleared that up for me.
Yeah. Clear as mud.
So, and Guy over there in Throat Wobbler Mangrove or something,
Land.
wherever it is, land, and good old me over here in the East Midlands, Tier 4, just to reconfirm that for everyone.
Yeah.
Now, Guy, what is this about the neural engine? And can I go to sleep while you go through this?
Probably. We
Okay.
got a letter or an email
Mm-hmm.
from Dennis, and he actually contributed through one of the. I think it was through PayPal, and he sent a
good man.
follow-up letter. Yeah, exactly. And what he wrote, he wanted to ask, or he wanted to talk about and have us respond to Apple's neural engine, which is really one of the.
You
the
sure he
big
was listening
parts
to this
of the
show?
One. Yeah, well, I thought maybe he had intended this for the Mac Geek Gab,
Yeah.
but here we
Dennis.
are.
Dennis, are you sure you got this right? Did you send this to us, but you meant to send it to someone else? Is there another Guy and Gaz that you know who were much cleverer?
There must be. There must be. In some other universe, there is
Yeah.
a guy in a gas.
He is from
really,
a different
really-
universe. Excellent.
Okay.
Yes, I got
No
it.
wonder I
got
couldn't
it.
spend his money. Okay, anyway, what he wrote was, "Hi, Guy. One thing you could do is search a bit about and talk about the."
He didn't even include me.
What? Oh wait, hold on. Hi.
It's just you. That's clever. He's expecting you to answer this.
There. Hi, guys.
Oh, okay. All right. He did include
All
me.
right.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what he said was, one thing you could do is search a bit about and talk about the neural engine in the M1. I think that it's the one part of the M1 that people are not talking much about, but that is a real plus for the processor. AI is used more and more in mainstream software. Sometimes it is probably just marketing, but oftentimes it is real. It is quite popular with photo software. I use Topaz Gigapixel, which I've never heard of.
Yeah. I've heard it.
The AI for that program allows it to increase the size of a picture 4 times and more, and the results are really good, much better than what another program might do. Looking at the artifacts on the photo, it seems to me that the AI is detecting the shapes in the picture and redrawing them instead of just blindly duplicating the pixels. It is most apparent with man-made objects. Gigapixel on my iMac Pro, nice. With NVIDIA Vega 64, that's its processor, is using the GPU at 100% for a good while to process a picture. With the MBA,
MacBook Air.
MacBook Air, thank you. With M1, I use Pixelmator Pro 2.0 with Corel ML and the neural engine. It has a supersizing feature. For the same 4 megapixel picture that I increased 9 times in number of pixels, 3 times for each size, Gigapixel on the iMac Pro Gigapixel on the iMac Pro takes 90 seconds. Pixelmator on the MacBook Air takes 5.2 seconds. That's pretty amazing. And the result is better. That allows me to do batches on hundreds of pictures in the same amount of time without the MacBook Air to ever even get warm. And remember, we're talking about the difference between a MacBook Air and an iMac Pro. MacBook Air, low on the totem pole. iMac Pro, high on the totem pole, especially in cost. This is just an example, but I'm saying the neural engine is a great tool for the future, much more powerful than the CPU by itself. You could check what you can do with the neural engine and talk a bit about that on the show. I wish you a happy and safe Christmas holiday. Looking forward to more normal 2021 and more MyMac podcasts. Okay, I'm glad you split normal year and MyMac podcast. Important detail to remember. So what I've got written here.
So thanks very much, Dennis. Now,
yes.
Thanks very much, Dennis. Before you jump in, do you speak about the CPU in your response?
Little bit.
Okay. I'll let you carry on then and jump in when you do.
Okay. So the big question is, what the hell is the neural engine and what is it supposed to do, which is an excellent question. And I had to research the answer because I had no idea when I started. Now, here comes the answer that I found, and I'm sure it only scratches the surface for what the neural engine actually is. As Dennis said, the neural engine, also known as an NPU, as compared to a GPU or a CPU, is a separate set of processor cores dedicated to a series of processes involving artificial intelligence and machine learning, like calculating on the fly Dennis's gigapixel, or in this case, I guess it was Pixelmator's photo software. He's increasing the image size by up to 4 times, and the software is taking advantage of the NPU to not just increase the size of the pixels, but to add pixels to the image in the right color and density to keep the image from blurring. In a lot of cases, that might require going back to a centralized unit online, or going back and trying to do that through your CPU and GPU to calculate the trillions of operations that it takes to do this at the expense of bandwidth, or trying to do it with regular onboard sources at the expense of time. By having a dedicated series of processors to do it instead, it saves on both. Now, Apple added this to I think it was the A11. Was it the A11 chip where they added the neural engine?
Possibly, yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, they added that for the iDevices as trying to do it with just onboard CPU and GPUs would kill the battery life and slow the phone to a crawl. By having it within the device, whether it's mobile, laptop, or desktop, Apple is building the path for developers to add capabilities that just weren't possible previously. Now, we've seen this before, and it always seems to begin, for the most part, with Apple's mobile devices where they do this. So, and when you look at something like the neural engine, now remember, you've got with the M1, you have an 8-core GPU, and that's 4 high performance cores. I'm doing this from memory. Please, memory, don't screw with me now. You have 4 high performance cores, 4 high efficiency cores, and then you have, depending on what model you have either a 7 or an 8-core GPU, which is dedicated to just those processes. And then you have the neural engine, which is 8 cores, which means that when you look at system resources, the NPU or the neural engine that Apple builds into the M1 is probably about the most powerful part of that computer or that processor. And I would be curious to know how much the CPU and GPU hands off to the neural engine to do some of the things that would normally take them a lot more processing time. And I don't know. So if anybody that's listening to this show who's smarter than us, okay, setting the bar kind of low. But if you know more about the neural engine, please, please, please let us know and we will address it here. And if I've got some of this wrong, and this is just stuff that I've found online, let us know that too. We're certainly, not so full of ourselves that we can't admit when we're wrong. So please, when we get to the end of the show, if I'm wrong about any of this, or if there's more that you can add, send us some info and you will definitely get a Woody, just like Dennis did. Yes.
Cool. So I
You've
think
got Nod's head after that for some reason.
well,
I
hang
know.
on a minute. Don't,
Never
no,
mind. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Not yet.
you numpty.
Yeah.
So I think some of this capability, I mean, it's improving and increasing all the time with machine learning. I'm not going to say AI, not yet, not yet. People talk about AI, but I
It's
talk
not.
to a lot of people in the industry, and it's AI-ish, but it's really machine learning
Yeah.
most of the time. There is a little bit of AI, but it's not at the level people expect, and what we and the ordinary Joe blogs in the street
Yeah,
expect.
it's not like
AI to be.
Terminator,
No,
1000
no.
stuff.
But it's very, very clever ML and getting close to AI. But I think obviously that is improving and getting better all the time. So what the clever thing I think Apple have done here is they've linked everything together in the in that CPU.
Right. Along with
So yeah. So what it's now doing, it's much quicker and much faster. So it can actually utilize, I think, all of the capabilities. Whereas before, I think it struggled with utilizing because it's having to go over buses and come back, and that creates heat, that creates time delay, that creates a problem in it slipping over itself almost.
and you got to sync all that together.
And I think the improvements that are being brought with that ML and AI, a little bit of AI, totally agree, is now at a point where Apple has said, hey, if we pull all this together and it's in one unit, just think how brilliant it's going to be. And that's the advantage that, ARM processing has brought along. That's the ARM processing that Guy said back in 2012 that he said Apple would do, and then changed his mind when they went and did
Just as they were going to do it anyway.
But I think that's the key, really. It's that it's the CPU is still what's magic about the CPU is that it put everything together on that same chip. So yeah,
and that's why whether you have 8 gigabytes of memory or 16 gigabytes of memory in your M1 based Mac right now doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
or it shouldn't really matter. So would you agree with that?
I would. I think you've done very well there, Guy.
Cass's tips. Mostly. Cass's tips.
It's time for
Cass's tip.
Guy.
Yes.
Go into system preferences, then into accessibility, and turn on in the Zoom section, enable hover key. Okay, so
sorry, I just got the system preferences.
System preferences. I'm going to repeat it for you. I just gave you the quick highlight. System preferences, accessibility. Then you should see a Zoom section. In the Zoom section, you should see turn on, enable hover key.
Enable hover text.
Hover text. Sorry, hover text.
Hit that.
If you press that, then if you very often when I go onto the web, I don't know about you, but sometimes I come across websites that have got this very fashionable light gray text. And, it's all very lovey-dovey and pretty, but you can't read the damn stuff. And also you go onto some websites and it's old school and it's not working properly and the text is tiny. Well, when you press the command key and you're on those websites, and this works in a lot of applications, but I particularly use it on the web. That's why I'm mentioning it here. But when you press the command key and hover your cursor over the writing, guess what it does? It brings up a very large option of that word or small sentence. Now, if it's a long sentence, it's a struggle. Don't think it's going to be able to show you the whole sentence. But when you want to look at a few words or a few lines, if you press the command key and then hover over those words or that area, it will highlight it and bring it up into large font. Now, there are options to change the size of the enlarged font, the text type that you can use, the position that the text appears, the activation key. You can change that from the command key if you want to, because sometimes it comes on when you press command and you're doing something else. So you may want to change the activation key. If you press the command key or the activation key quickly 3 times in succession, it turns this option on permanently. So, if you're doing it a lot in a session, you can quickly turn it on so it's permanent. But then obviously to turn it off, you again press the activation key in succession 3 times and it turns it off. So it's really useful for blind old gits like me, I think, really,
Yeah.
Guy. But yeah, I think it's a really good one. I hadn't come across that. So, and you, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you nodding your head?
I am.
Hit it. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips.
Okay, is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
There we go.
Very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we both have a for pig's sake this week.
I think we both went for it, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah. And oddly enough, they're both not applications.
They're not.
They are not.
Do you want to go
in
with yours
my
first?
Case, sure. In my case, if you have Apple TV, or sorry, if you have Disney Plus, you can watch the latest movie from Pixar called Soul. And this is a fantastic flick with Jamie Foxx as Joe and Tina Fey as 22 and Richard, I can never get his name right. Ayoade?
Yeah, that'll do.
That guy, the guy from IT Crowd,
Yeah.
as Counselor Jerry. Even Graham Norton, who I'm not a big fan of, as Moonwind, was really, really good. Now, Pixar has, for the last couple of years, or last couple of releases, have been doing kind of this metaphysical stuff, going all the way back to Coco, and also, what was the one with all the different personalities inside the little girl's head? Inside Out.
Inside Out, yeah.
Inside Out. This kind of follows that same theme. However, I think it's done much better than either one of those two movies. And I would say that this is a classic on the same scale as Pixar's Up, which is one of my all-time favorite Pixar flicks. So if you have a chance to see Soul, watch it and enjoy.
I equally have got a watching program, Watching with the Eyes, which isn't an Apple TV Plus out of sync program. It is it's on Netflix actually, and it's called The Queen's Gambit. Now, I wouldn't have chosen to watch this. I really wouldn't. It's about a female American chess player who's an orphan.
Of course.
Doesn't
and disabled in some way.
Didn't really. We watched the first one and said, "Shall we watch the next one?" And we watched the next one, and we started watching the third one. But
it's a series. It's a series.
There's seven episodes, and they're about 40, 45, 50 minutes long, something like that. So I can thoroughly recommend it. It's completely different. The characters in it are great, and the show is great. You know, the program is great. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's really great. It's just watch it. If you don't like it, fine. But actually, I think it's worth a watch. And if you don't get hooked, I'll be surprised. As I say, there's 7 episodes.
And we won't like you anymore.
Yes, and there's 7 episodes. There's 7 episodes. Well worth a watch. Go take a look. The Queen's Gambit, and they're ginger, which is not a bad thing.
Oh, okay. So like the drink, ginger ale, or
something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. If you would like to send us some feedback, we would love you for it. If you've done it on iTunes or some other type of, however it is that you get this podcast, let us know. And we will feature your review on this show. And not only that, but you will get something wonderful. And I don't talk about this all the time.
You don't.
But it was like a standard thing on the show for a long time. And that is, you will get, just like Dennis did, you will get a Woo T. And that's big W, big O, big T, big O, big T, little I, little E, exclamation mark, Woody. And they're great. Now, we also got some email feedback, Gaz.
We did.
And go ahead.
It was quite, no, you can go for it. But it was quite, when I read it, it was quite funny. I have responded to the man as well. So
yeah, James Turner, for people who are longtime listeners to the show, you'll know who that is. He did those wooden iPhone Woodpat. Oh, those were so good. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry that he doesn't do those anymore. Those were excellent. In one of the previous
And
shows,
he's helped co-host the show a couple of times as well.
yes, he has. He has been on the show. One of the things that I've talked about in a previous episode is I'm missing my bells. I have a clip called Bells that is notable not because it's Jingle Bells or not because I was saying something, but because while the bells were playing, I was complaining about something quite voraciously and with lots of words that should never be repeated on a family type podcast, which is why you have never heard it on this podcast. And now you can't hear it because I can't find it anymore. But I'm still looking for it.
But because we can't find it, James very kindly sent in that clip. I don't suppose you've got it, have you?
I do. Here it is right here.
Okay.
And it kind of
Now they are real bells that James putting away. So he thought he'd record himself playing them and send it to us. So thank you very much, James. But
thank you, James.
The bar humbug version that Guy has lost and can't find just it used to crack me up, and it's a shame that we can't find it. It is really funny. It's such a bar humbug, and just brilliant.
Yeah,
just brilliant.
And the fact that I couldn't even hear the bells as I was saying it. And it ended right at the perfect time.
Yeah, it did.
For when that clip, and it was such this weird serendipity kind of moment. And I've got to find it. I'm still looking for it. If you would like to send us feedback, we talked about that. You can also help support the show by going to Patreon, patreon.com/MacParrot, coffee, ko-fi/MacParrot, or you can pay a pal. You can pay a pal at paypal.me/MacParrot. Now, Kaz, if people wanted to contact you and say, why the hell is this show so long? How could they do so?
Send an email to gaz@mymac.com, gaz@mymac.com, or on the Twitters, twitter.com/Gazmaz, GAZMAZ. You can also contact Guy and myself on the Twitters, twitter.com/Guy and Gaz, GUYAND, GAZ. You can also send an email to feedback@mymac.com. That's FEEDBACK.
Okay.
Now,
Guy says,
what does Guy says? Guy says,
I screwed up.
No, not all the time, but because you screwed up.
Guy was paid his 75 grand.
Well,
I wish.
Do we know it was a guy?
I like to go with Guy.
We like to go with Guy.
Shut down.
Shut down. Absolutely. Well, I think
No fooling.
no fooling what?
His name was Guy.
Yeah. Because
He's the guy.
yes, you remember.
Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy, yes.
Guy's the one.
He is definitely. Would you like
An email from Guy.
how would they do it if they would?
Oh, well, that was so special. All they have to do is go to the email client of your choice, not our choice, your choice, and type in guy@mymac.com, not in the subject line, not in the body of the email, but where you put the address of where you want it to go. That's how emails work. Guy's tip. You can also contact me. Yeah. You can also contact me on the Twitters. I am Mac Parrot and or Virtual over there on the Twitters. There we go. And let's see. We have a Skype telephone number. Oh, VertShark at vertshark.com is the website. And you can find all the audios and videos, mostly the videos, over on YouTube. VertShark is the thing that you search for, and then like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. All you got to do. And remember, I have like 4 Guys Daily Drives that I haven't posted yet because I'm a lazy sod. And there's also a Mac to the Future from last Wednesday that I don't think I've got all the way up yet, all the way through to vertshark.com. But all those things will show up there. But if you'd like to call us, you can. Gaz, they can. And all they have to do is dial 1 or +1, and then area code 703-436-9501. That number again is 1 or +1, area code 703-436-9501. Or get rid of that 1 and +1. Who needs it? And then just go to Skype and dials 703-436-9501. And you have to move your head like that. So of course, people who are just listening to this will be going, I can't see you move your head. And to those people, I say that we are good enough and that we are smart enough and that doggone it, people like us. And I forgot to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Well, I've just changed something in the show notes actually, because we had version 10.16 as Big Sur, but actually it's version 11. So I've just changed that. Just for
Very good.
future reference. Thank you. Just thought you'd like that. Anyway, as we finish normally, I'm going to continue. Se est une novelle, Annie donc les choses, errant midgex, par rapport, la Annie, dernier qui non, ils ne valente par arates de blâmer les unites. Des temps attribués that word, pour les erreurs des humanity. It's not French.
Not the way you said it.
And before I end, Guy,
Yeah.
everybody, Guy said to me that he didn't understand what cloning was. I said that makes two of us. And
So you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and I go home.
Recording this.
I don't know.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Oh my. Let's see. What else do I have saved here?
What's the company's name again then?
It's Snap.
Right.
Snap Camera is the name of the program, and it's free.
What is it? OS program?
Yeah, Mac OS.
Mac OS. Sorry. Yeah.
And then you have to. It's kind of like, what's that one that you put all your backgrounds on and stuff? iCamera.
Eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses. Yeah, it kind of works the same way, where you have to. You're actually using the program for your video in.
Yeah.
But then you can assign, and I can turn it off.
Yeah.
By going like that. Oh, kitty. Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish
Okay,
I
so
was a spaceman.
Way up in the sky.
Fastest man alive.
So I'm currently
I'd fly
using
you round the universe.
and punch you in the eye.
As long as one of us says it, that's what matters. I'm okay with it. If you say it, fine. If I say it, fine. If neither one of us say it, problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, the problem. Right. So if I put this, oh, now that I like. Now that I like. Definitely.
Boba Fett.
Yeah. Your Boba's fat. I could do.
There, guy. gonna crash.
That is a good one. That is. I must admit. That is. Oh, it's not going to reach.
Oh.
Let's take this. Oh, come on. There we go.
And it's really cold here.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this all show. We've got a long show, especially with what you've thrown in the middle.
Actually, mine won't take that long. I don't think.
Good, because I'm just going to let you read it. Don't ask me any questions.
Oops, that should have turned it off. Oh, did it? No, it didn't.
Mm.
Yeah, it did. There we go. Okay. Hold on. Stop. Wouldn't save.
Stopping and a shaving.
Stopping and a shaving. Stopping and a shaving. It's not the right thing unless you're stopping and a shaving. Okay, we're going again.
Okay. You want me to start?
Yeah.
Good. When I'm doing this face here is me looking at you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's me looking
See,
at you.
when I'm doing this face,
Okay, yeah. That's you.
that means
just
my
going
neck
on.
hurts.
Yeah. That's pretty. That's very pretty. I've got to
Yeah.
say.
Still
Even with
disturbing. This right
especially with
here.
your hat on.
Still disturbing.
Yeah, because I can't see a great deal of difference on that.
I always wanted more hair.
I like the way it goes over your hat.
Yeah, I know. It's like whoop, whoop.
Continue. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. Nice. Yeah, they're not so good, those ones, are they?
Yeah, it's from Among Us. I don't know why it's always constantly like off to the side like that. You'd think it would like straighten up when you first start it, but it doesn't.
Continue. Install. Let's see if it can cope. Zoom can cope with it.
Take a ride in my beautiful balloon.
I hope you don't fly a balloon like that.
No, well, it's a very high-tech balloon.
I would like to access the camera.
We're all gonna die.
I'd like to access the microphone. Why does it need the microphone? Do you have to go through the microphone with it as well?
No, I don't know why. I think it's just like
Snap
They
camera
saw a
can't
setting-
start without microphone permissions. So it wants that as well.
I am Baby Yoda. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know why it doesn't have the lower part of the body. That's weird.
Okay, system preferences. Microphone. Where's my microphone? Sound.
Baby Yoda's voice has changed.
Security. That is disturbing. Where's security? Here we go. I do like so microphone.
Kermit the Frog here.
Snap camera. Okay.
Except I can't move my arms. It is impossible.
I think you have to move your mouth.
No, it won't. It won't. It won't. Like I'm moving my arms right now, and it doesn't do anything. I can move my neck, so he's almost sideways.
Okay. Right. So
I can stretch it up. I'll bring it down.
no, this says snap camera.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So when you go in Zoom, presumably you have to pick the snap
Snap
camera,
camera.
do you?
Yeah,
And it's not got it yet. So yeah.
you'd probably have to restart it.
Zoom, yeah.
But there's like all kinds of little backgrounds, and all these ones I've got are ones I've saved. Or how about a floating television?
So what's Kermit? No, that is weird. What's Kermit?
Frog puppet.
See, Frog Puppet doesn't come up. I'm not sure I've got the right one, you know.
Show me your screen.
Host has disabled participant screen sharing. So you need to share it. You need to say that I am allowed to do that.
Is it professional? Why do I have to go to audio settings to do that?
Well, that's a bit weird.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, this isn't. I don't think this is the one.
And it's not. Oh, my desktop is like not acting right. I don't know what's going on. What is going on here? What does this say? Would like to record this computer screen. Oh, okay. It's upset because I'm recording. All right, so let me get out of this. All right, never mind. As long as I can just allow Zoom to share your screen. I'm not going to work with system preferences right now. I'm not doing that.
Okay. No, it just does it. It's fine. So there you go. So I'm sharing.
No, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, but that's not the frog puppet one.
No, I know that. But if I go, so if I search in here, yeah.
Huh? There it is, right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, hang on. If I go frog, so where's it gone? That's not it, is it? There it is.
Blue one. There you are. We could do the whole MyMac podcast as Kermit the Frog.
Yeah,
if you open your mouth wide, then he opens his mouth too. What's that other one? Muppet something. Muppet Friends, I think. That one.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, the ones that just like put stuff on your face, I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, okay. This is what we call the Muppet Show. Yeah.
Yeah, these really aren't Muppets, aren't
A lot of them just aren't that great.
No, a lot of them are shit.
Yeah. But the ones that like take over the whole screen, like Banana Head and
yeah, you've said
old PV Head.
You've saved some, have you?
Yeah. Like go to Deer Face.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, so you're going through eyeglasses and snap camera settings.
Yeah. Well, I thought if I go through that, it might bring it up here, but it hasn't, of course.
And I hit Deer Face.
Deer Face?
Yeah, right next to where you are, that one. So weird. Oh, just the eyes alone. Very scary.
Yeah. Yeah, we use this. We actually use this in on Snapchat because my daughters use Snapchat quite a lot. So anyway, as you can't see it through that screen, I'm going to stop that for now. In fact, let me stop. Let me leave and come back in.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to stop.
Do I have to? Yeah.
There we go.
Just stop recording. Don't. So, I'm going to leave and come back in.